what happens when I hit the start button. I wonder, is this the same feed or is this a new feed? Are you guys still here? Let's see what happens. Ooh, now the screen's gone blank. Do 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 do. I am screwing up YouTube. I don't know.
So I get a new notification that you are live on YouTube.
You are getting a... Hello everyone! Welcome back! I don't know. It looks like that's 140 views streamed live 51 minutes ago. I wonder what happened. So, alright, do you see the thing live or is it toast?
I just got a message that you... Yeah, you are live again.
I am live again.
Yeah.
Live again. No idea where I am. Let's see what happens when I put that. Live stream health. No idea where I am. See what happens when this is almost funny. Oh well. Any idea where the YouTube page would be? What a mess. Let's see what happens when we put here. Is this still live? Any idea where the YouTube page would be? Is this a new is this a new channel or is it the same channel? Look at that. Jeez, we had like 70, 80 viewers and then all blew up.
No, it's the same link, Brian. People are just writing that they have the same link.
Your computer maybe has a coronavirus. Oh, did I swear? Tell them reload the latest live cast. All right. Well, anyway, I have no idea what we're doing here, but I have no idea. No, I've totally lost my train of thought. All right, maybe actually, Marat, you like to dude up this. Maybe you could just write in the notes later on the time. So I don't know. I have 11:39, whatever time it is. Your whatever your time is. So we'll say part 1 was the mindless rant of Brian. Part 2 will actually maybe let's look at price action and give you something that you can actually use.
Yep.
Thanks, man. You're a scholar and a gentleman. All right. Actually, you know what I think I'll do? Just because it's fun. Why don't we do up just a whole new chart? And let's start from scratch. So, should we do Bitcoin? I don't care. Actually, maybe we just do viewer choice. You guys want me to run through some symbols? I don't know. I mean, the Bitcoin chart's pretty straightforward. We just hit big 50% rolls. Doink. You know, you're pretty late to come in on the long side now. As I had sort of said earlier, I think that Shane's Saturn Pluto cross, which was sort of right in this window here. This was the big event right there, and of course big W's and all that kind of fun stuff. I am getting messages right, left, and center, so I don't know if I've messed this all up. Are you guys still there? So twisted, eh? U.S. equities. Just really simple, Matt. Just hold your nose and buy. Mr. Trump's taking this market up because he wants to get reelected, and it's just about that simple. All right, so, Bitcoin price move since last summer. Really typical price action in the summer. And I really wouldn't be surprised if we see the same kind of action this summer. Like I sort of showed you earlier, what I'm really impressed with is the altcoins, because I think they're going to play some catch up here. And if we look at things like Bitcoin dominance, right? Everybody loves watching that chart, and it's just breaking apart here. That's about as Emmy as Emmys get. And thanks to site members, total is total market cap, everything. Total 2 is everything without Bitcoin. So clearly, and I'm wondering whether, this might be a really good education for all of you. This could very easily have been the shoulder of the head and shoulders pattern. That sometimes does happen, where the right hand shoulder, and really the way that we should be measuring head and shoulders is you want to look at volume. Volume pattern actually confirms what the head and shoulders pattern looks like. My hunch is this is really reflective of things like Ethereum waking up and all that kind of stuff. But clearly there's been major technical damage, and I think I said in sort of the daily videos, I had been thinking that we were going to try and hold these, but no. And again, like I said, I find it interesting that basically Mr. Vitalik, Chico Crypto guy, telling us that their camp is really coming alive with development and they're really rocking and rolling. All of a sudden, Ethereum wakes up and all hell breaks loose, and this thing just starts crapping out here. So in a weird sort of way, it's kind of like the pendulum just wickedly swung in Bitcoin's favor, and my hunch is the pendulum now is going to take some time and swing back the other direction. And probably, keep it really simple. Just think sort of like the universe, 50% rules. What a coincidence. The old breakout highs, you can see how that's a pivot high, pivot low. 50% rules, probably got a date somewhere down in this 62 area. And we do AB equals CDs and extensions. Maybe here will be a fun experiment for everybody. Murat, did you watch that video that I sent you? Maybe do like, and just for fun. Actually, let's keep this number in mind. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to try and explain this to you guys here, but let's, oh, I guess I don't have it on here. Well, that must be karmic. Let's do this. Let's keep an eye on this funny number. Of course, I think we got to get it right. First, no background. Don't need that. Well, yeah, we'll keep that. Doesn't matter. All right, where the hell is it? Okay, what am I missing here? I'm doing something wrong. 4.61801. Oh. Anyway, obviously I wasn't meant to show you that today. That's kind of weird. Oh yeah, there it is, way up there. Okay, so let's go this way. Oh boy. So we could go all the way back down to 50% here. Interesting. Let's keep that in the back of our minds going forward, especially with these trend lines. All sort of painting somewhere down in this area. And I hate to say it, I mean, you look at Ethereum, I mean, Jesus, this thing looks strong. I don't know what's going on here. But that, my friends, Jesus, every single damn, look at this is Doge. Boom, bark like a dog. I mean, the whole damn crypto space, even the hated one, he's coming alive here. I mean, it's remarkable. You just go coin by coin by coin, name by name by name. Yeah, there's that Ethereum chart. I mean, geez, what a beautiful. And somebody even says, like, like there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. And I just simply said, I mean, whatever the fundamentals is, I look at a chart and I go, geez, that's an awfully pretty chart. I would even, save that, bookmark that, and say, I'm interested to buy assets when they look like this. Wow, that's such a pretty chart. All right, so I'm not quite sure how I got off on that tangent. Sorry, everyone. Kind of a weird session here for you. 50% levels hit. So 10,152 and a half here over on Stamp. We hit a high here at 10,178. So that's basically done. And I put a tweet out this morning basically saying, all right, well, now the easy part of this bull is done. This, if anything, this is like total bread and butter for the professional trading community. And I think I was even like showing you guys, I'm not quite sure what the level was, but I noticed, I think maybe it's right off of that clothesline or something. But I noticed that this was awfully close to almost exactly 2 to 1. just buying that W, which led me to believe that I think that this was a fairly manufactured trade. Yeah, 1.86 there. I don't know whether I've had the numbers exactly right, but you know, again, take a screenshot, this kind of thing. This is very normal. This is so business as usual in the markets, right? A lot of the trades that I do are just simply this principle, and I learned this principle like good 30 some odd years ago from old commodities traders. It's nothing new. I mean, you're kind of like, oh yeah, that's not a Beamish guy. Here's a great example of now we can actually use a concept. This is what we call our LJ setup. We're basically using trend lines. And I remember all through this, especially this move here, I was like, well, the rule is we have to wait for structure on the other side of the trend line. And we break the trend line and nothing. Break the trend line, nothing. Break the trend line, nothing. Break the trend line and nothing. Now notice we've already broken the trend line, and hello, there's your first market structure signal, and there's your trade. So you can use things like trend line setups. That's a setup that we love to use on the site. It's really simple. I like the idea, of course, and really, I think this is a conversation about. Oh, come on, you. Stop it. There we go. I don't want to just do that. I like it, especially if you can do it like 52-week ranges. Yeah, sometimes prices get a little bit nuts, but usually 52-week range. And, maybe it's like the 60-week range, right? But just think about things like reload zones. So we could make the argument that, we came down into a buying window, and I think we talked about this a lot on the site, that, if you could put yourself on a forced buying program. Our CTO, he does dollar cost averaging in Bitcoins. But, long and short of it here, great analogy of just simple reload zone concept and just forcing yourself on a dollar cost averaging plan. And actually what I think I really like, if I'm not mistaken, is, if you're going to buy this kind of W action, looking for 50% rules, I think I had shown you guys this before. This is kind of interesting in that we can usually get a pretty good idea of when these things should happen. You just simply take, like, how long did it take for that move to happen? And then you just go... Mr. Gann says that if this is I'm not quite sure what the correct word is. I'm not going to say symmetric, although symmetric could be a word you could use. But if this is sort of like, again, I don't know what the term is, but if it's sort of obeying the laws of the universe, what's that called? I don't know. This counter trend rally back to the 50% rule, natural law, it should happen in about 50% of the time of this down move. So, 174 times 0.5 is what? I guess about 85, 86, somewhere in that area. Something like that, right? 87. So, ironically enough, actually, we're a little bit ahead of schedule here. We weren't supposed to hit this level until mid-March. Yeah, is there anything that's happening maybe that might be influencing that? I think so. I think that we have a Silk Road auction of Bitcoins coming up. And I don't know whether it's actually exactly Silk Road. I might be getting this wrong. I do know it's a U.S. Marshal's Office auctioning of Bitcoins. Is it exactly Silk Road coins? I'm not 100% sure on that. I could be mistaken there. But anyway, point of the matter here is we do have a catalyst that I think they're working the market into. Also, too, if we go back and look at 2015, did very similar pattern into one of these government auctions in that it actually ran up and hit 61.8 into that event. Really violent move. And then, but I don't think I have it here, do I? Oh yeah, there it is. And then I thought this was kind of interesting. It sort of made me kind of fall off my seat here this morning, which of course is always fun. If we start thinking a little bit of chaos theory, then we should be looking for, what is that number? 12,000. Oh, interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that I gotta give Bitcoin an applause for that. That's great. That's got to be written into the code somewhere. That is just priceless. Oh, that's great. Like I said, the universe gave me a fun little treat for being such a good citizen. Citizen of the universe. Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, so I have pretty high confidence, 78.6. And now chaos theory, and basically chaos. I don't want to try and explain chaos theory to you guys, but this is where I would expect the market to actually start to disconnect from its primary trend, where I'm just gonna leave it at that. 4.669. Try and remember that number. And you want to see something really freaky. This did the deal for me here this morning. Where should I how should I do this? Do you guys, I don't know, it'd be interesting to see it. That's if anybody's watching on YouTube anymore. Did any of you guys come back? Did any of you come back? Oh yeah, hey, there's a couple people. Yay, nice to see you. What do I want to do here? I wanted to show you, but I don't know whether it goes back far enough. I think I had to go to like Poloniex. So please forgive me for using Poloniex. I know it's not 2015 anymore. And frankly speaking, I would actually, considering who owns this company now, I kind of hope that these guys go bankrupt. But that's just me. Do you guys remember back in and actually I'd just be curious, is there anybody on YouTube? I guess there's like 56 people. I'd just be curious, is anybody on YouTube of you 56 people, do any of you remember Amanda's Penthouse? That'd be interesting to see if anybody here in the lounge even remembers Amanda's Penthouse. Oh yeah, okay, Josh remembers. Oh yeah, Francisco, that's cool. Do any of you guys on YouTube remember Amanda's Penthouse? No. I remember Amanda. Geez, do it. We remember? Hey, John remembers. That's cool. Nope. She was crypto's first. Well, better not touch that. Anyway. Thinking about chaos theory. And what happens at 4.669s? Watch this. This freaks you right out. Actually, I think you're supposed to go off of that low there. I mean, basically, that was the top. That's freaky when you see that shit. So, I'm trying to start to understand how these chaos theory guys operate. And it was interesting because through this bull market, and I've seen this repeatedly in my career, is, in the level 1 program, I talk to students about using fib extension studies. And an extension, 1.618, that's the golden ratio. But I find that, especially if it's like a Head and Shoulders or something, that 200% is basically just a replication of the previous range. And then what I noticed in my career is that you can often see numbers, you can see 200%, and then 300%, and then 400%, thinking like parking garage, sort of the market working its way higher, and think of these as individual sort of trading zones. So we had a lot of fun with Amanda. And of course, obviously the idea treated us pretty well. We were sellers up here. Um, but now that I've learned the importance of this ratio, I don't think it has anything to do with Fibonacci. It has more to do with Mandelbrot. So if you can understand Mandelbrot, this is the cool thing. Is that, and like I said, I don't really want to talk too much of it because I'm certainly not an expert. But think of this, and I'm actually giving you guys lots of clues here. But think of this as three-dimensional Mandelbrot. So if you understand those references to Mandelbrot, and actually what's really cool is in 3 weeks, I guess, because you got risk management, then you got fibs, then you got candlesticks. So in 3 weeks, all you level oneers, if you're going to be watching this video later on, I have no idea if this video is even going to make it or not, but in 3 weeks, you guys are going to be introduced, all you new level oneers, to Mr. Mandelbrot and the fractal concept. And and now I get it. I never understood it before, but now I get it. This is the Mandelbrot set seen in 3 dimensions. So cool. So do all of yourselves a favor and add that magic number to your charts, because now I finally understand why markets move to this level. Fascinating. And thank you very much, Universe. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you, everybody out there. Joby, I know you're rooting for us. John Cole, I know you're rooting for us. And anybody else who's passed away that I've failed to mention you, I know you guys on the other side are rooting for us. And I get a funny feeling, as long as I just keep making a positive difference in this world, just keep trying to make this world a good place, the universe actually rewards me with this kind of fun stuff along the way. So tell you, man, that's one of those holy shit kind of moments. So cool. All right, so just sort of finish off our chat here today. I don't know. I hope you guys got some value out of this funny rant here today.